I think we should start. Bindu?
A very good afternoon, everyone. The Banking, Financial Services and Insurance Board of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India, in its goal of knowledge dissemination for the banking vertical, is organizing today the webinar on the topic Finance to Farmer Producer Organizations by Banks. And we are really honored and privileged to have with us as our guest of honor today, CMA Dr. Srihari Chawasa. He's a practicing cost accountant and speaker CMA Dr. P. Sivarama Prasad sir, former Assistant General Manager, State Bank of India. We welcome both of you, sirs. And from the institute, we have our chairman, sir, CMA Chitranjan Chattopadhyay, sir, CMA Dibyendu Roy, sir, additional director and HOD of the BFSI board of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India, and also our BFSI officials and teams. So we welcome all of you. So just before we start, we are playing the institute anthem and then we will continue with the program.
असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मामृतं गमय मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मामृतं गमय असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मामृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति.
Thank you. So now I would request our chairman, sir, CMA Chitranjan Chattopadhyay, sir, to give his address.
Thank you, Madam Indrashi. Very good afternoon to you all. Namaskar. It's my pleasure to be with you again with this webinar on these farmer producer organizations, FPOs, to how they'll be funded by the banks, the nitty-gritty of the financing by the banks. And the BFSI board of ICMA is usually continuously pursuing the objective of knowledge enhancement. And in our endeavor, this session we are conducting. As you know, we have got our Agricultural Cost Management Board, which has already been connected with the FPOs. And today we have with us Dr. CMA Srihari Chawasa, who will be giving you the opening remarks on this particular, this farmers producers organizations, mechanism. But most important is that we have got a erudite banker, CMA Dr. Prasad. Dr. Prasad is, I should say that he's becoming an institution itself, because he has got profound knowledge in the banking, in every aspects of the banking, because after his retirement from the State Bank of India as the Assistant General Manager, he has been contributing to the professional world in a very large way, especially being the CMA. I feel proud of him that he has always been helping us with new ideas, with new thoughts for the benefit of the CMAs as also for the bankers and others. But I welcome you that you have been here with us, and you will be delving on the topics, on this very important topics, that finance to farmers producer organizations by the banks. We know that the objective of the farmers producer organizations is to aid the farmers in sourcing inputs at low prices, and with concerted efforts, the objective is to provide value and higher price to the farmers. The sourcing of funds from banks are received by the farmers through this FPO to provide lending support and working capital loans to enable the farmers source various inputs like seeds, fertilizers, irrigations requirements for the objective. There are various schemes which the CMS can help the FPO along with banks for their growth and sustenance. Today's speakers will definitely delve deep to understand the various aspects of FPOs and the ways of sourcing of finance FPOs through banks. I again welcome Dr. Srihari Chava, who is our member and member of Agricultural Cost Management Board, and our expert speaker, our who is always giving us many ideas and who is architect of many courses conducted by our institute in the BFSI board. That is Dr. CMA P. Sivarama Prasad, was the former AGM of SBI. And I'm sure that you will be all enjoying this session today. From the core of the heart, I can tell you that this is one of the session. It is very much close to my heart because I know the FPOs are the backbone of the whole country. Although many of the states are yet to have their FPOs, but in biggest way. But today I'm fortunate that Dr. Prasad is from such a place where we had a program where more than 400 FPOs joined to express their various issues before the Agricultural Cost Management Board, officials and council members also, and in a couple of 2 years back. And let me inform you all the participants whom I welcome in this particular program. The BFSI Board of ICMI will be soon releasing 2 important publications on central bank digital currency and monograph on net zero emissions audit for financing by banks. So these are very new sort of things we are coming up. We are just having our continuous process of fine tuning of these books. We are also launching our course on fintech very shortly, and hope the members and students and others will take the benefits in all of our endeavors in the coming days. I welcome you all. Please enjoy. And I think of its time that FPOs financing by the banks, it may not be very much, much talked about amongst our people, those who are in the practice, those who are having their field level functions as a CMA. So I think here the combinations of Dr. Srihari Chava, who is our member, Dr. Prasad, who is our member also, that will help us, their combinations, this Jugalbandi will take us to a different world of FPO. Thank you. Thank you once again for joining with us in this particular program. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I would have the privilege now of introducing our guest of honor, CMA Dr. Srihari Chava, sir. Sir, he is one of the rare cost accountants holding PhD for his thesis on analysis of cost behavior of Indian industry and D.Lit in management for the Treaties Financial Performance Index. He is a professional with over 5 decades of exposure in financial and cost management of medium-scale industrial enterprises spread over government for 14 years, in the public sector for 2 years, and private sector for 34 years. The exposure includes telecommunications, engineering, textiles, cable and conductors, paper, transport, steel, education, sugar, and power sectors. So we welcome you, sir. It's really an honor, sir, for us to have with you today. So, sir, now requesting sir for his presentation.
Thank you, Madam. Honorable President, CMA Ashwinji in absentia, Vice President CMA Vibhutiji in absentia, and our own Chairman BFSI Board, ever vibrant Chitranjan sir. And I've been hearing of Dr. Sivaram Prasad several times. Today I happen to come across him in direct touch. So respected CMA Dr. Sivaram Prasad Garu.
Thank you, sir.
Sincere and hardworking team BSFIB, because the first mail I get every day is the BSFI bulletin, daily bulletin. It is really commendable. And dear professional colleagues, and dear participants, good afternoon from RNCT, Central India. Friends, I happened to visit around 300 FPOs over the last 3-4 years. So we used to keep going there along with NABARD or other sister institutions, calling FPO, FPO, FPO. But at every place, apart from other things, what we were hearing is finance, finance, finance. Sir, this has not happened because of banks have refused to lend. This has not happened because we don't have money. We are not able to raise money, etc., etc. Given this background, it's very nice of BFSI board to organize such a seminar and involve an excellent speaker like Dr. Sivaram Prasad to enlighten us on various schemes. Here's my presentation. Kindly grant me a minute. Indrakshi madam, you are able to see my presentation?
Not now, sir. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet.
Yes.
Not yet, sir.
Yes. Friends, forget it. The presentation comes, but we are all always there. Let us remember the very objective of instituting the model of FPOs in 210 or 212 was with one single concept. Enable farmers to buy their inputs at a lower cost and facilitate them to sell their outputs at a higher cost. For example, they should be facilitated to buy the inputs 20% lower than what they were doing, and they should also be enabled to buy their final produce directly to the consumers or indirectly to the consumers, at least by 20-25% higher price. This was the concept with which the FPOs were instituted. Unfortunately, it is more than 12 years old, but we have not yet been able to successfully implement for one limitation, or for an exclusive limitation of many of the FPOs are not getting their funds from banks. But first and foremost, the primary need is what is the working capital cycle of the agriculture. The cycle starts with cash, as in case of manufacturing industry or service industry. Then farmer invests his money in seeds. He sows seeds. Then he incurs labor. He administers fertilizers. He administers pesticides. He administers even water irrigation. It costs, water costs. And
Sir, your
then comes the
presentation
crop.
is shared, sir. Your presentation is shared, sir, by the Bindu, sir. Your
Presentation is being
presentation is
shared.
shared. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So can you
We
please
can
move
see, sir. We
forward?
can see, sir. Yes, sir. It's
Kindly
forward.
move forward. Kindly go to the third transparency, third slide.
Okay, sir. Okay, okay, sir.
So as I was recalling, the FPO strategy was based on the concept of buy low and sell high. Now, next slide. Yes, look at the agri working cycle. It starts with cash. The farmer sows the seeds, incurs labor, he spends on fertilizers, he administers various other inputs, pesticides, etc., etc. Then comes the cropping. Some of the crops may come within 90 days. Some of the crops take 120 days. Some of the crops take 180 days. Some crops like sugarcane, etc., goes on from 12 to 14 months. This is a cropping period. So throughout this period, his money is involved. Then comes the output. Output he may share, he may store for some time or not. He sells. Sometimes he gets the money immediately. Sometimes he has to wait. In the process, if we call this entire process, the point from where the farmer has invested his cash till the point he receives back the cash by selling his output, maybe anything between 4 months to 16 months. If we want to appreciate the needs of the FPO, we need to appreciate the working capital cycle of the agriculture. Next, madam. Next, transparency. With this background, let us recollect, on an average, FPO is having, and any effective FPO should have about 400 members. There are FPOs which are having 1,000 members, etc., etc. For the purpose of the point of our discussion, I have taken a 400 members of an FPO having 400 members, and as it is, every marginal farmer, any marginal farmer can get easily about 3 lakhs of Kisan credit card loan at a concessional rate of lending. That means of the 400 farmers, if they give land documents or on the basis of their land cards, etc., there in Andhra it is called a Rait Bandhu scheme. In Maharashtra we call it 7/12, etc., etc. But a marginal farmer generally gets a credit of 3 lakhs for agriculture season. Now there are 400 farmers in an FPO. How much credit they are eligible? They are eligible for 400 multiplied by 3, about 12 crores of credit. They are eligible for 12 crores of credit. Banks without any collateral on the basis of government directions, for these FPO members, they are giving a credit of 12 crores. I consider personally, I am a CMA, I am viewing it from a different perspective. Therefore, 12 crores of funds are available which have been sanctioned by a bank with the FPO members. Then I come to a second assumption. Out of 400 members, only 200 members are there. Only 200 members would like to buy their seeds or fertilizers or pesticides, etc. through the FPO. Only 200 would like to sell their produce through the FPO. That means at least 6 crores of financial transactions they want to route through the FPO. Then bank have the facility of leaning and excluding. For example, for seeds and fertilizers, FPOs can contact any FPO, madam, the transparency is not over. This slide, I would like to spend 2 minutes on the FPO can directly have a tie with the manufacturer of provider of seeds or manufacturer of fertilizers, etc., etc. They can obtain 1 or 2 months credit on the basis of just FPO entity. Nothing, no guarantee, etc. But they can have a tie-up with the bank saying, sir, you are granting 3 lakh credits to our 400 members. Out of these 200 members are willing to do their transactions only through the FPO. Therefore, 1.5 lakhs they are willing to give as lien for seeds and fertilizers. In the process, 200 multiplied 1.5, about 3 crores of credit is available to FPO through its members. This is a CMA approach where CMA or any financial visionary can guide. These things are happening in manufacturing industry and service industry. This is a model that can be applied in agriculture. Similarly, for selling the final produce, market prices are down. I want to sell only when the prices are up. I'll go to my FPO. FPO can lease a warehouse. I'm not saying that buy a warehouse, lease a warehouse, share, store the produce, and obtain warehouse pledge credit, warehouse based pledge credit for the remaining 3 crores. In the process, an FPO with the help and support of its members can avail a bank finance of 6 crores within the purview of the rules, provided we are able to have some tripartite agreements and willing members and willing banks. Next, please. So I call this a CMA approach where input funding through lien on Kisan credit and output funding through warehouse based pledge. And I would submit to everyone, every professional, bankers, CMAs, farmers, innovation is the key to sustain the challenging needs. For the past 12 years in an FPO model, we are facing challenges, but Can we think of something out of the box and can we avail the existing facilities? We happen to come across one such thing in Maharashtra. Next slide, please. Which is SMART. It's a smart scheme. It is State of Maharashtra Agri-Business and Rural Transformation Project, which government of Maharashtra has innovated. It has tie-ups with various banks. It has entered into agreements with the nationalized bank and for supporting enterprise growth and market access. That is, this is basically to facilitate selling the output, and funding is from 10 lakhs to 100 crores. 10 lakhs is okay, normal, but look at the figure 100 crores. Easy funding is available up to 100 crores. This is where, as professionals, we CMAs can support the FPOs. And for the information of every participant, practicing CMAs can empanel themselves for project related assignments in SMART. There could be several other schemes in several other states also. Let us be vigilant, and we would like to be enlightened on these aspects by Dr. Shivram Prasad. And friends, with this, next transparency please, I would say let us join together with FPOs wherever they are, wherever we are, and try to reap more crop from each round. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for such an enriching presentation that we have today from you. So now, introduce our speaker, CMA Dr. P. Sivarama Prasad, sir. He is the former AGM of SBI and faculty of our BFSI board. Sir is a qualified professional in cost accountancy, company secretary, finance, commerce, insurance, and banking with experience of 36 years in banking and financial services with cross-cultural experience and good knowledge in the insurance sector. He is a fellow member of ICSI, the Indian Institute of Banking and Finance, Insurance Institute of India, and the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. He is a former regime of SBI, and he is a faculty and mentor of our various courses of our BFSI board. So we welcome you, sir. We heartily welcome you. So now over to Sivarama Prasad, sir, for this presentation.
PPT is visible, madam?
Yes, yes. Visible.
So good evening to all. First of all, thanks to BFSI board and chairmen are also for giving me an opportunity to discuss about finance to farmer producers organization. I am not directly jump into the how the banks are going to finance. Before that, what is the importance of FPOs in the agri-oriented country? That is our primary activity is agriculture. That's why our country is called agrarian economy. Still 67% of the people are directly or indirectly living in the agriculture and allied activities. Allied activities means a poultry, fishery, dairy, whatever it is. So many are there, sericulture, vermiculture, so many things are there, allied activities. So today, a lot of importance is there for agriculture sector. Why? Because if agriculture sector is not there, there is no country, no industrial sector. Even sugar industry depends upon agriculture, food industry depends upon agriculture, rice industry, the rice mills are depending on agriculture, all are directly. That's why the balanced growth is possible once the agriculture sector is there, industry and agriculture simultaneously to be developed. So particularly in most of the parts of the world, simultaneously both agriculture, industry. Today, the people are migrating from villages to urban areas. Why? The remunerative prices are not there. The input costs are increasing. Output costs there. That's why for the 3 bills earlier government that was introduced, the farmers are resisted like anything. Because today, Jai Kisan, he is giving food for us. But if at all we provide some opportunities or facilities, definitely it is a win-win situation both to the Kisan as well as to the people. And a lot of exports, if you see the particularly Ministry of Commerce, if you see the website in balance of trade, number of agriculture and allied activities are increasing. The growth of exports are increasing. That's why the lot of importance, because I worked in agriculture development branches of State Bank of India, 5 branches. I enjoyed a lot. Each branch 2 years. I used to visit to the agriculture, and the night halls are also there. What is meant by night halt? The agriculture crate officers are to be stayed in the villages, and we have to get the feedback from the villagers. And what is the scale of finance and all these things we use it to discuss. 5 agriculture in State Bank of India. One beauty is there. Agriculture development branch means no other transaction, only agriculture related activities. I used to conduct, particularly through State Bank of India, SBIRD, State Bank Institute of Rural Development, that is located at Hyderabad. It is an All India Apex institution. And particularly the segment, agriculture segment, we used to give the training to the staff. Still, rural and semi-urban branches, 55% branches of State Bank of India is located in rural and the semi-urban areas. Even today, the government of India, 18% of the total loans are to be provided to the agriculture. That is a priority sector advance. If at all the branches, banks are not provided the 18% are not achieved the 18%, then the difference they have to deposit in Rural Infrastructure Development Fund, that is maintaining by the National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. That is 3 lakhs crores of funds are there with NABARD. It means the banks are not proper, they are not achieving the agriculture finance targets. Now coming to the subject, everybody knows about all these things. An Indian farmer born in debt, lives in debt, dies in debt. Why? Because still the affection towards the cultivation is there. That's why the people are surviving. The affection towards the cultivation. If that affection is not there for the farmer, then starvation will happen to the public. Like Somalia and all these things, the food is provided by Kisan to us. So why the farmer is lives in debt? They born with debt, lives in debt, dies with debt, because the input costs are increasing. The sufficient inputs, the inputs are nothing but the seeds, the fertilizer, the pesticides, the labor and the water, all these things. The output, he is not getting a remunerative prices. Even though we are talking about a minimum support price and all these things we are talking, but the real farmer, for the last 10 days in Telangana, in some parts of the Telangana, heavy rains are there. The sufferers are the farmers, not others. So once he has taken the loan and he is not paid, then automatically he's in his mind how to pay, how to pay. That's why the farmers, the debt of the father is carried to the son. The son is living in debt and dies with the debt. Agriculture is a backbone to the economy. Today, without agriculture, there is no industries, no corporate, nothing. Food industry completely bank on or depending on the agriculture activity. That's why our backbone to the economy is agriculture. Indian economy backbone is that is called priority sector. That's why it is called primary sector. The primary sector of the Indian economy is nothing but agriculture. Still, 67% of the people directly or indirectly depending on agriculture out of the total population, working population. So that's why the backbone to be safeguarded. The backbone means the agriculture sector to be safeguarded. If you see the forward and backward linkages for agriculture, the backward linkages are there, forward linkages are there. The backward linkages, farmer is suffering, forward linkages also farmer is suffering. The backward linkages are the seeds. Today, the supply of the seeds are not up to the mark. Some of the people, the farmers, they are purchasing after that, sowing that seeds, the crop is not growing. That's why some of the farmers are committing suicide. Fertilizers, the mixing of various adulteration, lot of adulteration is there in fertilizers and pesticides and water. Today, water disputes are there. That's why the minor irrigation through motor pumps only the farmers are getting the agriculture. Forward linkages after a hard work. We are sleeping, but the farmer is not sleeping. Whether the plant is growing or not, whether it is in summer or winter or rainy season, always hats off to the farmer. He is always seeing how the crop is going, whether he is required yield is we are going to get or not. 24 hours. Sometimes the farmer is also early morning, 3 o'clock, he will go. At that time only in villages, the electricity is on. And thereby some farmers met with electric shocks also, snake bites also. And they are producing the food for us. And after food produced, remunerative price. If you see the mandis or agriculture marketing yards, they are not getting adequate remunerative price. Because I worked in agriculture development branch in Anakapalli. It is a jaggery market. After Maharashtra, that is the biggest one. Once the farmer is carrying the jaggery and at the gate, they will I will take 5 kgs of jaggery and to give the place in the market another 5 kgs. And if at all he is staying in the night, another 10 kgs. And the weighing of the jaggery, he will ask 5. At the end, he will not get anything. That type of a situation is there in the agriculture activity. And pre-harvest or post-harvest, daily he is thinking whether suddenly the rain will come. Natural calamities are more. That's why the forward and the backward linkages, he is a suffering person, not others. That's why Jai Kisan. Now the backward production linkages refers to the linkage of the farmer. Part of the non-farm sector provides inputs. If all inputs are available at one place, then he felt very happy. He is going to the town and bringing the seeds, fertilizer, pesticides and carrying in a transport vehicle, which leads to high cost. And if at all FPOs are there, all are available at one place. It is a single window. It is a single window. Because I have visited 5 FPOs in Telangana also. 5 people also, I told I will provide the guidance to you for your growth. Being a banker, I know the nuts and bolts of the system. I will provide whatever the knowledge inputs are required by you. And agriculture, for example, agrochemicals, fertilizers, improved seeds. If at all quality seeds are provided to the farmer, definitely he will get some productivity will increase. If at all the seeds are not up to the mark, less quality, then the output is not getting. Thereby, he is unable to pay the loan. The account turn into non-performing asset. Forward. Once he visited to the agriculture marketing yard or mandi, the middleman is there. They are cheating like anything. They are cheating like anything. So refer the farmer that uses agriculture output as an input. Distribution, processing, agriculture output, fundamental component of the forward production. Even today, the commodities market online is a, how many farmers are using that commodities market to mitigate the risk of the particular the end product, the spices, the Kerala, they are using the commodities market widely. But in other parts of the country, how many farmers are accessing a commodities market to get the better price? Because at the time of harvesting, the supply will be more, the price naturally, law of demanding. Once the supply is more, the price will decrease. Now, if you compare the developed countries versus developing countries like India, the entirely the different the style of the farming and the uses of the technology. Today in the developed country, the farmers are not migrated from village to urban areas because all are available. But Indian farmers, they are struggling. The attachment towards the village is there. That's why the people are surviving. If you see the USA, the roads are good. If at all the commodities are ready, they will go directly to the farmer producer organization. They supply and instant online payment. They habituated for that. But still, the Indian farmer is struggling a lot and natural calamities. Even though Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana is a agriculture instrument, still losses are increasing on account of bad inputs and output price is not up to the mark. Corporate companies in rural area India. That is the concept of the farmer producers organization. The companies in rural India, the dream of the government is also the companies in rural India is nothing but FPs. FPs, farmer producer companies or farmer producer organization or farmer producer corporates. These are called companies in rural India. That is the dream of the government. But proper dissemination of information is required. Because when I visited to the FPOs in 5 villages in Telangana, this scheme is a good scheme. Even our professions like a CMS, this is a great opportunity. Opportunities are not visible. It is invisible. To formation of the company, farmer don't know what is meant by memorandum, what is meant by articles of association, how to register with the company with the Companies Act. They don't know. Once some professionals are provided, they will get a suitable remuneration. At the same time, the farmer is also benefited. If all people are providing services to the cities, city is flooded with professionals. But rural India, the scope is there, the opportunity is there. The farmer producer company as per Companies Act. That is the rural India companies. In the coming days, honestly speaking, it is not an exaggeration. Plenty of opportunities are there in FPOs or FPC, farmer producer companies. Because now even though Sir told that 12 years completed, still it is not penetrated. The proper dissemination, the proper support, and they don't know ABC of Companies Act. They don't know what is meant by the articles of association, what is meant by memorandum association, what is meant by board meetings, what is meant by resolution, what is meant by balance sheet, up to the how to upload the information with the register of companies. They don't know, but system is devised, but implementation problem is there. The farmer producer company as per Companies Act. A farmer producer company can formed by any 10 or more primary producers two or more producer institutions, a contribution of both. A FPC, a hybrid between cooperative societies and private limited companies. The former producer companies registered under Companies Act 2013. If time permits for the professions, kindly visit to your native place, if at all it is a village, and give the support for formation of FPOs. Then they will remember your name, because they don't know ABC of here. The proper dissemination of information is required. What are the benefits of FPOs? That is to be percolated at the down the line. That is the roots of the country, that is villages. The former producer company registered a Indian Companies Act have a demarcated governance. Each producer member equal voting right irrespective of the number of shareholders. If you see the benefits, value addition. Once FAOs are there, all inputs are available at one particular, that is called a single window system. He need not go to the searching the buyer, searching the seller. Seller means those who are selling the inputs like fertilizers or seeds or pesticides or farm mechanization. All are available at FPOs. In back forward the linkage. Today, the biggest problem is why the market price is decreasing during harvesting season, because supply is more. But farmer producer, they are providing the storage facility also. Till the price is increased, then only the farmer is ready to. The storage facilities may not be available in his own house. That's why FAOs are value addition for inputs as well as outputs. It is a single window system. Market linkage, because here it is a corporate. They know where the market. Once the FPOs are increasing, the middlemen will not required. They will shift it from villages to urban areas, because opportunities may not be available. Once the FPOs are having the particular strength, definitely no middleman, nothing. Enhanced productivity. The supply of seeds, the supply of fertilizers, the quality seeds, quality fertilizers, quality pesticides. Then whatever the modern technologies are there in the agriculture activity, that is provided by the FPOs. And the institutional credit. Today, being an agriculture activity, he is an intermediary. He is an intermediary between the buyer and the seller, and all products related to the agriculture is available at one particular price. He need not go to the town to bring the fertilizer, and he need not engage the particular transport also. All are available with a reasonable price, with a lower price. That's why SAR also told buy low, sell high. The buy low, sell high is the foreign exchange concept. Whenever the banks are buying the foreign currency, they will give the low rate. Whenever they are selling, they will charge high in foreign currency. That concept is the most suitable for FPOs. Buy low, sell high. Today, the banks, particularly I'm talking about my bank, that is State Bank of India. Last financial year, they are unable to achieve the budget of 18%. Once unable to achieve the 18%, the bank has to deposit that crores of rupees with NABARD under a Rural Infrastructure Development Fund, which carries the rate of interest is 3.5% or so. Then on account of that one, the bank profitability is badly be affected. and institutional credit. Today, in the coming days, the rural areas, whatever the projects submitted by the FPOs, they will process at the villages on. Institutional people are ready. Banks are also ready to provide the FPOs. Particularly, Karha Valley farmers produce so many are there from Indian farm to the worldwide. That is possible once FPOs are strengthened and the quality of the products and the international standards. If they implement farmers, they will get the suitable price. At the same time, it increases the exports of the country. Thereby, the forex reserves of the country will increase. If you see the structure of the particular FPO, the farmers producer organization, general body is there. It consists of directors, executive body, two representative from the as per the farmers group, and the board of directors are there. General manager is there. FPO staff is also there. When I visited to 5 FPOs, the internal staff is there. And the departments are also there. One is a soil testing department. Second one is for arrange the fund for from the banks. Third one department is fertilizer. It is like a financial super bazaar for the farmers. Financial and non-financial super bazaar to the agriculturists. Once the godown facility is available, pesticides are available, the seeds are available, quality seeds are available, and soil testing is available, storage facilities are available, farm mechanization, tractor or drone hiring is also available in the FPOs. Farmer need not visit, he can concentrate on the core activity, that is agriculture activity. And a local resource persons. What is the structure of FPO? Input supply. Whatever the backward linkages are there, that is called inputs for the agriculture, that will be supplied by the FPO. Financial support. Particularly on that day, when I interacted with the directors, they told we are a tie-up with the regional rural banks. Those farmers who are not getting any Kisan credit card, they will they prepare the application and send it to that bank for processing. Once the FPOs are developed, rural branches for agriculture activity is not required. In the FPO itself, one division, the banking division, particularly the banks directly, they can take some space in the FPO, and whatever the Kisan credit, whatever the tractors are, whatever the allied activities like poultry, sericulture, pisciculture, dairy, whatnot, all they will provide in one person. Technical assistance. Today, everybody knows about the drone importance. Drone is a good instrument. Today, agricultural labor is not available in the village because they have migrated to the urban areas or metros for real estate construction. Thereby, the shortage of the labor, agricultural labor is there. And for sprilling the fertilizer, for sprilling the pesticides, drones are very used. The technical assistance also they will provide. Not only the drones, even a power tiller or harvester or the tractors, all are provided by the FPOs on insurance. Whether it is a Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana or agriculture insurance that are offered by the New India, Oriental, National or United, whatever the insurance companies are there, whatever the products, whether it is a milk cattle or poultry or sericulture, whatever the type of allied activity, all insurance, even insurance companies representatives are also located in FPOs. Procurement. instead of going to the mandi, and the people are also cheated. Instead of that, they will procure, they will storage, and once the remunerative price are there, then definitely they will sell as per the guidelines, and they will give the suitable remuneration. Packaging, that is also there. Particularly some companies, they required 25 kgs of even a rice milling activity is also there in FPO in that particular village. And once the rice milling is there, paddy husk, bran, this is segregated. And packaging and marketing also they will do. And the networking is there. Particularly, they are in network with the wholesalers, they are in network with the exporters, all are available in. That is the vision of the government. Simply formation of the company is not the criteria. Planning, implementation, monitoring is also required. It can be noted that providing almost end-to-end services to the farmers. The farmer need not step into the urban or semi-urban or city. All are available at his doorsteps only. To its members, covering almost all aspects of cultivation, from inputs, technical services, processing and marketing. The FPOs or FPC, farmer producer companies, facilitate linkage between the farmers, processors, traders, retailers, coordinate supply and demand, and key business development services. Market information is available, and input supplies are available. Transport services are available. Based on emerging needs, FPO will keep add-on new services in the coming days also. That is the end model of FPO. End model of the FPO. Cold storage units are also required. FPO means not only for grains or wheat, the paddy, particularly the paddy or wheat. It is for sugar cane growers association or milk producers or poultry or pisciculture, fish culture. The farmer producer, all are comes under the agriculture and allied activities. To set the services include financial, business, welfare services. An indicative list of services offered by the FPOs are financial services. He need not visit to each and every door of the bank. And whatever the agriculture title deeds are there, and what type of loan, what is the rate of interest? Today, the agriculture farmers are getting the rate of interest for Kisan credit card is 4%. Why? 9% is a bank charge, 2% is a subsidy, 3% is the interest subvention. If you deduct a 9 minus 5, 2 plus 3 is equal to 4%. That to the rate of interest is half yearly compound, not general loans are monthly. This is a half yearly compound. The financial services are definitely on that day when I am interacting with them, then the regional rural bank branch managers also visited and I interacted widely with them. For crops, tractors, the bank representative is also there in FPO. If at all any farmer requires any farm mechanization tools like a harvester or power tiller or whatever the today, once the FPOs are full-fledged implementation is there, then he will become the richest person in the country. That is not happening. It is on account of communication gaps and other things, and motivate them properly. Some people should be there in the village to motivate them to form the producers organization. Pump sets, construction of wells, laying pipelines, etc., etc. Input supplies. The FPO will provide a low cost quality. That is important. Today, the farmer is unable to assess what type of quality seeds are available. Once it is sowing in the crop, then only if at all crop grows, then it is a good. Otherwise, it is not. It will supply the fertilizers, pesticides, seeds, sprayers, pump sets, accessories, and pipelines also. All are available. When I visited to, because here innovation is also very much required in the agriculture activity. When I visited to the Sivakasi, that is in Tamil Nadu, because on account of lecture only I visited, I have seen syntax water tanks are there in the agriculture crops. Because the morning one water tanker they will put the water, that water they will give up to requirement of the field. The water management the techniques like sprinkler and drip irrigation they are widely using because of water shortage is there. I never seen the water tanks are there in the village. Only I have seen in Tamil Nadu because necessity is the mother of invention. Necessity is the mother of invention. Procurement and package services. Today, grading is not there in the agriculture activity. If at all proper grading is there, he will get a good price. The middlemen, they will encash the weakness of the farmers. Even though it is a high the grade, but some low grade is there. He will highlight the low grade produce. This produce who will purchase and he will purchase at a lower rate. Thereby they are cheating the farmers. The FPO will procure agriculture produce from its members, will do storage value addition. Today, the biggest problem in villages are storage. Some of the farmers, they are storing the produce in the land itself by closing with the tarpaulins or the synthetic the cloths, etc. Once FPOs are there, they will take the godowns. Marketing services. Education is not up to the mark. Carrying the produce to the urban, big challenge to the farmer. And who is the buyer? That is also a question mark for the farmer. The FPOs will direct the marketing after procurement of agriculture. FPO will do end to end. That's why it is called a single window system. This will enable the members to save in terms of time. Cost benefit analysis, if you see, the FPOs are giving a lot of reduction in cost to the farmers. Transaction cost, weighing. The farmers are cheated with the weighing machines also. Even though it is showing 100 kgs, but it is 110 kgs, they will weigh and they will take 10 kgs extra. Distressed sales. Because if at all he wants to stay in one day in the town, then boarding and lodging charges will be there. And it is very difficult where to keep the produce, that is agriculture produce, and where to stay. It is all the question mark. That's why in a distress sale, even though the price is below break even, he will sell. Price fluctuations. The price fluctuations are happening during that particular harvesting season. Transportation for a small quantity, the transportation cost is also more. Quality maintenance, all these things are problems are there. All these are provided by the farmer producers organization. Insurance services, theft, burglary, or calamities. Suddenly the rain, or cyclone, all these things. The FPOs will provide various insurance. Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana. Only 20 rupees. The farmer, if at all any electric shock is there, claim will be paid. Fall from the tree, claim will be paid. Snake bites, claim will be paid. All these types, most of the farmers are not aware. These are provided by the FPOs. Crop insurance, electric motors, particularly the fluctuations in electric village. The government, most of the state governments also, they will give the current the electricity to the urban areas, but in the rural areas, ups and downs, transmission losses, and the power cut is also more. Like this, so on account of that one, motors are burned. For motor insurance also, general insurance like New India, Oriental, National, and United, they are providing. But most of the farmers, if they are aware, they can take life insurance. Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Yojana, only 360 rupees. If at all anything happened to the head of the family, then insurance will get. That is a LIC of India, they are floated. But all these things are available through FPOs, means the safety nest of the farmer will increase. Technical services. FPO will promote the best practices of farming. Synthetic farming. If at all water shortage is there, Israel farming is there. That is called synthetic farming. They will put the synthetic paper on the below the sand, and water will not be the seepage will not happen because of water shortage. That is called water management techniques. Maintain marketing information system, diversifying the rising levels of knowledge. Once the farmer, if all are available, their knowledge will enhance. Then if all people are interacting with each other at a few points, then they will become the, without education also, they will get the good knowledge, the price, the input cost, the output cost, the farm mechanization, all these things will enhance once the cluster of the farmers started FPOs in agriculture production, post harvesting prosper and added to the value products. Networking services, mangoes, lot of exports are there, particularly in the summer. Cashews. Today, the cashews are not restricted to one place. Earlier, cashew growing is only the coastal line. Today, hybrid the cashew nuts are coming. Anywhere, any place you can grow the cashews. That is the latest development in cashews. Earlier, cashews, the climatic condition, soil condition, only the coastal line only it will grow. Today, that is not there. Anywhere, that is the developed seeds came. So the marketing information about the product specification, market price, all are available. Now coming to financing farmer producers organization. Now everybody is looking for how the banks are giving loan to the FPOs. Already the farmer is getting loan, Kisan Credit Card, particularly that input cost KCC, that is scale of finance. As per the scale of finance, that is developed by district technical committee of the Central Cooperative Bank and circulated by district level bankers committee to all the banks. According to scale of finance, paddy how much per acre, what is the input cost, and what is his consumption needs, and all these things that they will take into consideration per acre, how much input cost. Already the banks are giving to the Kisans under Kisan Credit Card. Up to certain level, No collateral. No collateral security. The rate of interest lower. The margin nil. There is no margin. Suppose if at all you are purchasing a car, the bank will give 75%, 25% is a borrower's margin. But in case of agriculture, no question of margin up to certain level. So all these things are there. This is to be properly today. Particularly the owners are not cultivating. Tenants are cultivating that crops. The financing farmer companies or farmer or producer organization. The banks are introduced to this product. Almost all banks. What is the objective? To meet the credit requirement of the farmer producers companies or organization for a term loan or working capital purpose. Today, term loans are required. Today, for construction of the FPO or godowns or cold storage unit or some technical equipment, particularly soil testing, or for purchasing of tractors, that is to be kept at the farmer producer, banks are providing term loans to the FPOs. At the same time, for a day-to-day purchase of the raw material, all these things, banks are also providing the working capital loans. But the information should be properly disseminated. First of all, FPOs are to be increased. Today, FPOs are not up to the mark. That is the role of a CMS. It is a big opportunity to prepare the project report, to implement this one. You will get a good remuneration also. So the objective to meet the credit requirements of the farmer producer companies, organization in the form of a term loan to create assets working capital to meet the recurring expenditure and all this. Nature of limit. How much the bank? Term loans for investment purpose. For what purpose? Some FPOs, they will construct the godowns. Some FPOs, milk chilling center or a cold storage unit, particularly the agriculture produce, particularly the turmeric, the onions, all these things are there. So for that also banks are giving term loan because for construction, air conditioned, all these things, banks are giving a term loan to the FPOs, working capital also. The day-to-day running of the FPOs, working capital is also some. If at all the loan requirement is very low, composite term loan is banks are giving. That is a combination of both working capital and term loan. Combination. That is called composite term loan, CTL. So that's why initially some banks lower limits are giving over a period of time. If the business is increased, definitely banks will increase that one. It is not the limits is static, it is a dynamic one. Eligibility criteria. What is the eligibility criteria for the farmers producers organization? Farmer producer companies or organizations shall be registered under legal provisions of cooperative or producer company or farmer producer companies, societies and trust. Once that is happened, then only they are eligible to avail the loan from the banks. Members and stakeholders, particularly the FPs or FPOs, shall be farmers or milk producers also FPOs are there, or fishermen FPOs are there, or weavers FPOs are there, rural artisans, craftsmen, institution, primary producers. Particularly, the productive land of a farmer producers organization shall be around 500 to 1000 hectares. If the land in the village is in between 500 to 4,000 hectares, then they are eligible. They will get. The minimum number of farmers is for a farmer producer company is 500 is required. That is possible also. Today, small and marginal farmers are more in the villages when compared to large farmers. The FPCs or FPO, 6 months active operation is required. Then only the banks will sanction. Otherwise, at day one, they don't sanction. From the date of registration of the company, minimum capital is 5 lakhs are required. Positive net worth, it should not be loss oriented, profit oriented. Once the losses are there, the net worth will be eroded. And one balance sheet, audit balance sheet is also required. Then only the banks are ready to finance. In case of a farmer producer companies or organization, eligibility for equity grant and credit guarantee scheme is also there. The credit guarantee corporation is also there. Once that is there, they need not give any security. They need not insist, banks will not insist any. SFSC, Small Farmers Agri Business Consortium, guidelines issued on the scheme to be followed. Today, for FOs also, if a credit guarantee the guarantee scheme is there, if the loan is failed, the guarantee company will pay it. That is SFSC, that is Small Farmers Agri Business Consortium. The guidelines issued, that guidelines, if you go through that one, definitely collateral security is also not required. No collateral security. Because ours is an agrarian economy. We have to develop the agriculture. We have to give the support to the agriculturist. Due to summer, winter, or rainy season, he is struggling like anything. Government is also giving a lot of support by way of margins, by way of collateral security, by way of interest. Loan amount. Maximum loan under FPOs as on date at initial stages, only 1 crore. Day one, all people will not join. And still on that day also, I told how many farmers are there, how many are the members of the FPVs, farmer producer company means only 20% of the people are farmers are joined in that particular FPO. Still, the knowledge, the gaps, whatever the communication gaps are there, that is to be rectified. Once this is not in for 1 crore is a small amount. But once it is popularized, NABARD will issue guidelines to the banks also. Not only that one, Reserve Bank of India will also issue the guidelines. Lower rate of interest. Lower rate of interest also. Third party guarantee as per bank instructions. Particularly the directors, all these people, they will give the third party guarantee for the farmer producers organization also. Margin, particularly for the FPOs, margin is 15% and cash credit 20%. When compared to the margin of term loans for other allied other activities, margin is 25%. But whereas the agriculture related activity, the term loan minimum margin is 15%. And cash credit is also 20%. Security. The primary security assets are created out of the bank finance. If at all they are financing for working capital, the stocks are the primary security. If at all they are financing to construction of the godown is the primary security for the bank. Or cold storage, whatever the equipment is there, that is the primary security. Collateral. No collateral shall be obtained in case loans are covered under government. No collateral. To popularize this, to penetrate more number of FPOs, initially they have given like this. And a small farmers agriculture consortium. In all other cases, branches maintain 100%. If at all these things are not there, 100% collateral security is very much required for that particular FPOs. Repayment. The term loan repayment up to 7 years they are giving. Banks are giving 7 years, including moratorium of 12 months, total 8 years. First 12 months gestation period or moratorium, they need not pay. After second year, that is second year onwards, up to 8th year, they have to pay the term loan amount. Working capital 12 months. After that, renew or enhancement is also possible, subject to routing the sales or purchases through the account. They will renew that account. Forms and documents. Application copy of a bylaws. Anyhow, the bylaws are there. Or copy of the proceedings resolution inter-se agreement by all the members. Or in case articles of agreement authorized with the members, or demand promissory note, or letter of continuity, or hypothecation agreement, or term loan, whatever the suitability agreements are there, they will take not all agreements. Letter of general lien set off. Suppose the FPO is hiring the godown, then they will take a letter of general lien or set off mortgage deed. If at all they have taken land, then mortgage deed, third party guarantee. Normally the directors will give the third party guarantee or comprehensive insurance for all the assets. So once the bank is giving a loan, the total loan is covered with insurance against fire, against theft, against burglary, or against any uneventuality on account of floods or rainy season, etc. Undertaking from the borrower guarantor for a disclosure to CIBIL and the document stipulated in the sanctions. The borrowers, particularly the directors, should not default with any bank. The CIBIL report is also very, very important for the directors of the FPOs. Interest up to 5 lakhs to 25 lakhs. Marginal cost of lending rate plus 1.35%. About 25 lakhs to 1 crore, it is 2.9 MCLR plus. But lot of benefits are there. The interest concession is also there. Lower interest is there when compared to the commercial advances. Now, the government of India also promoting the FPOs. They targeted 10,000. Department of Agriculture is providing support formation, strengthen the 10,000 new FPOs. Okay, all are not belongs to city. Some of the professionals they may have. I am also they came from village only. Still, whenever I am going to my native place, I visited to the village and whatever the best possible, particularly knowledge wide, I will disseminate that information. If at all you provide that your professionalism for formation of FPOs, definitely the agriculturists are benefited. You will also be benefited on account of a fee-based income. Today, the company secretaries are also involving in this activity because of formation of the company. Why not CMS? Why not CMS? Under the scheme, hand-holding support provided by the FOs for inputs of production, processing, value addition, and market linkages. This is not a rocket science. This is a simple science. If at all the FPOs are directly connected with the fertilizer companies, they will get a reasonable price, lower price. Then automatically they can supply the inputs to the agriculturist barest minimum level. then the margins of the farmers will increase. That is the main goal. The farmer should not suffer with losses. He should earn some profit on account of the agriculture activity. This scheme is maintained in 2023-24 with the budgetary government is allocated budget of 6,865 crores. FPOs will provide financial assistance. Government is also giving 18 lakhs per FPO for a period of 3 years. Matching grant and 2,000 per farmer FPO with a limit of 15 lakhs per FPO. Credit guarantee facility up to 2 crores for project loan of FPO. Once the government is also giving support, why can't we provide the professional service to them? And you are also getting the fee-based income for this. That's why opportunities are not visible. It is invisible. We have to search, we have to grab, we have to scan, we have to use that opportunities. Because of being the largest country in the world, population wise, opportunities are more opportunities. But if it all are going in one direction, opportunities will decrease. Otherwise, opportunities are there. Financing FPO by NAB Kisan, that is a subsidiary of the NABARD, National Bank for Agriculture, and they're also financing. Not only banks, NAB Kisan. Once you prepare the project, once you form the particular FPO and prepare the DPR, detailed project report, NAB Kisan is providing. National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, they floated. NAB Kisan provide working capital, term loan, creation of infrastructure to FPOs. Particularly, the FPO building is required, and the storage facilities are required, and some machinery are required. That are eligible and non-eligible small farmers agri business consortiums. They are providing loans to promoting the initiation on lending to FPOs and also to support FPOs. Also provision to loan startup FPOs without any collaterals. Today, almost all FPOs are startup. Even some of the FPOs, they are tie up with the fresh to home, the lease CS, and whatever the particularly in the cities online platform, this one, they are tie up with them. Thereby, that price is they are getting good price. NAB Kisan Finance Limited also they are providing the FPO loans in addition to the commercial banks. So FPO started the business in detail, carried out the supply of quality inputs they will provide. Again, I am reiterating fertilizers, pesticides, undertaking aggregation of farmer members in agriculture and marketing and selling, they are providing. Marketing, making available machinery, equipment, custom hiring for today. The drones are also lot of demand is there. The dealership in villages, the custom hiring in villages, the spare parts are to be provided because the agriculture labor shortage is there in the villages because they have migrated to the urban areas or metros for construction and other activities. That's why for sprilling or spraying the fertilizers or pesticides, drones play a vital role. Undertaking value addition like a cleansing or assessing or sorting or grading or processing of agriculture, all are done by the FPOs with their staff members and they will final products they will sell to the with a high price to the buyers. Now I will discuss about how to form in a nutshell. I will give the how to form the FPO. And I am giving only the some the deadlines, but even within a short span also it can be completed, subject to support from the farmers. Small Farmers Agri Business Consortium, that a society promoted by the Department of Agriculture, Farmers Welfare, Ministry of Agriculture, and the Government of India. Once you develop that project report and formation completed, they will give the fees also to you. Government is also 10,000 target, means each and every village do the different types. Allied activities, one FPO, non-allied, the agriculture activities, one FPO. Constitution of a farmers producers organ, how to constitute. Stages and project development, timeline, deliverables, and measures of verification, how to do all these things. In nutshell, only I have taken a guess. First 3 months, that is stage 1, pre-project implementation. Baseline on volume, how much volume is there in that particular village, value, market access, centrality, and analysis. Identification of a product specific clusters. Sir, today MSME clusters are there. Why clusters? Once it is a cluster, the problems will be resolved. Why not in agriculture? Contract farming is there. So here the clusters are to be developed. Feasibility analysis of a break-even estimates. If 200 farmers are there, whether it is a break-even or total in a village 1000 farmers are there, at what level the FPO will be break-even? Project implementation plan, procurement of inputs, storage and marketing, all these things are analyzed. What is the deliverable? Detailed project report you have to prepare. List of products clustered to be identified in that particular villages where you are going, and a database of the farmers prepared, computerized, analyzed, and various interface table prepared like that. And means of verification, submitted DPR, and the meeting minutes and photograph the meetings inception. All these things, if you provide it to that particular the ministry, then they will give the fee-based income also up to 10% in first stage they will give out of the total amount defined by them. The second is enhancing the capacity, implementation of surplus farm produce, mobilization phase. This is called mobilization phase. Village meetings how to conduct, identifying the potential farmers, identify the opinion leaders, identification of potential farmers, farmers group interest. Even I have visited it, farmers clubs also. NABARD also providing funding facility under Vikas Vahini voluntary scheme. Vikas Vahini voluntary scheme. If at all farmers clubs are established in the villages and every month or by month they have to assemble in the farmers club and they have to discuss what are the problems that are arised, whether it is a water or a fertilizer or input or output. For that also, NABARD is also funding to the villages under to formation of the farmers club also. Along with FPOs, if you form the farmers club also, then it is a great advantage to the farmers. Identification, local resource persons or business facilitator or lead farmer identification, all these things are activities. And particularly hand holding support you have to give. Integrated pest management, how to the integrated pest management. That is one of the important one. Pest management will be done by the FPO only for all the agriculture who are the members of that particular this one. Farmer need not engage the services from other side, outsiders, or integrated nutrition management or integrated plant protection also on behalf of all the members, the FPOs will do. Identify the value proposition, setting of the logical cultivation and exposure visit to farmers, opinion leaders. Sir, this company in the coming days, it is to be popularized and the companies are to be at a rural India. Then the rural India developed like anything. And the people will not move to the urban areas. And this is one of the important one. Popularize the FPOs, formation of the company, provide whatever the government support, whatever the bank supports are there, provide them the information to be disseminated. Then only for practicing purpose in the coming days, definitely some audits and all these things are definitely chances are there for this also. Deliverables, former organized FIGs, former interest group or local resource person. And for this training and improve, FIG formed minimum 50% target and trained people deployment, and farmer participated improved agriculture, vegetable or pulse based farming system. Farmers realized the benefit of how to increase the yield and all these things with the help of FPOs. So that also means of verification, list of FIGs or registers or lead farmers trained, training curriculum and a list of farmer supported areas of demonstration 6 months report. For that government is giving 10% fees out of the fees defined by them. Next stage 3, pre-formation stage of FPO demonstration, conducting the agriculture practices, start up the shareholders campaigns and identification training, FIGs meeting orientation, generate a crop wise household information, and for that also the government also giving some fees. Total 100 play the percent fees they will split into 10, 10, 10, 20 like that. Minimum 5 villages, agriculture, business potential, gap analysis you have to done, information documented and business plan to be drafted, two modulated training and share money of the 250 farmers are to be collected. FIGs are shown trends, indicators, collective action and business cases, all these things are there. And verification, the government will verify these areas yearly report. For that they will pay out of the predefined fees 20% they will pay. And stage 4 FPO formation stage, identification of this one, and FPOs their PAN or a direct index number of directors and a seizable net surplus productivity, all these things are also to be developed. And stage 4 forming the finalization of list, all these things are there. Memorandum of association, articles of association, incorporation of FPO, all these things are to be completed. Then further the deliverables are all these things that the government will verify. Means of verification, for that they will pay 10% of the total fees earmarked for formation of FPOs. Like that, the stage 5 is the FO establishment stage, physical establishment, capacity building inputs, strength, business plan, and all these things are there. And deliverables are also like this, and means of verification like this. For that, they will give the 10% of the earmarked this one. And the sixth stage, implementation of a business plan for FPOs and business deliverables and all these things are there. And means of verification for this 20% of the earmarked fees will develop. And the activities stage 7 is phased out system of post project sustainability of the FPOs. For that, these are the deliverables, these are the verification. For this, the government will give 20% also. Why I told is all these things. If at all you form of 4 to 5 FPOs, then your yearly income will get through the formation of FPOs, and whatever the areas are there, all areas if you complete, you will get the required fees, professional fees, whatever you are going to earn in cities or this one, definitely it will come through FPOs also. This is a new concept. This is a evolving concept, and a lot of scope is there. Government is also very much interested, and the banks are also very much interested to finance. Once the formation of FPO is completed, then funding opportunity. So in future, they will become your clients. Whether whatever the GST, whatever the preparation of audit, the financial reports, all these things because they don't know about the Companies Act. They don't know about the tax returns. They don't know about how to upload the information with ROC, whatever it is there. All process, if you completed, then in future, they will become your clients. And this is a great opportunity for them. One side banks are focusing, government is focusing, and NABARD is focusing, the NABARD subsidiary is also focusing, and the government in every budget they are allocating some funds by way of subsidies and other thing formation also. And explore this area, explore this unexplored area by the CMS. An FPO is a hybrid between cooperative society and private limited. Farmer producer companies, registered Indian companies have a demarcated governance and producer members, equal voting, all these things are there. So hence, it is a big opportunity to the CMS. Those who are involved in the formation of FPO or FPC, the farmers producer organization or farmers producer company. That's why I am reiterating that one. This is also a good opportunity. Start this opportunity, explore this opportunity. Almost all people are not belongs to the metros. Some people may be tier 3 or tier 4 centers. In tier 4 centers, the villages are nearer, and get the communication or meet the village president or any village farmers, big farmers, and start and how to farm all these things and formation and the fee based income also will get in future. Definitely it is a perennial income on account of they become the clients to on becoming the clients by them. So this is a big opportunity for CMS, those who are involved in a formation at this one. So this is in brief of whatever I wish to do, wish to tell, and this is also good one. And government is giving more attention or more focus on this. Why can't we involved in that process? So thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. And if at all any doubts are there, I will try to clarify your doubts, sir. Madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for such an elaborate presentation. So we have received some questions, sir. Do term loans or working capital loans is given only to FPOs or to the individual farmers on the basis of their performance?
Actually, working capital projected is there. And based on the historical data, performance working capital. So here, most of the FPOs are new one. Then they will give the working capital on projections. Next year, how much a turnover is there? After that, actually, NOI committee recommendations are there in working capital. Next 3 years of projection average into 20% is the working capital requirement of the particular FPO. That is a thumb rule. Thumb rule based on the projections of the turnover. That is a thumb rule. Most of the banks they are following the turnover method. Based on the turnover method, they will give, but the projection should be accurate. Next.
Do finance to FPO is done by nationalized banks in the form of Kisan credit cards or any other form of loan?
No, actually here the FPO finance is a different one when compared to the farmer finance. This is we are providing to organization, that is providing to the individuals. Both are different. Both are different. One is a organization entity, second one is a individual entity.
Also, to private sector banks are also involved in funding to FPOs.
Yes. Whether it is a private sector or public sector or foreign banks also, priority sector advance of 40% to be achieved. 40% means out of the total lending, 40% priority sectors are to be achieved. So out of the total lending, the sub limits are 18% is agriculture. If at all they are unable to achieve the 18% priority sector advance, they have to invest the difference amount in rural infrastructure fund of NABARD. Once the banks are investing in that fund, they will get a lower rate of interest. Instead of that, the banks are preferring to finance to get a higher rate of interest.
Sir, a member is asking me, he's saying that the farmer can avail loan for erection of poly house and he can avail subsidy of rupees 56 lakhs for 2.5 acres. He's saying, sir, he's asking this. Do farmer can avail loan for erection of poly house and avail subsidy of rupees 56 lakhs for 2.5 acres?
Madam, this subsidies and all these things from time to time government is announcing under that to certain period only. While financing by the banks, they will take into the whether it is a front end or back end subsidy. What is the difference between front end and back end subsidy? Front end means they will deduct from the project cost. Back end means after 5 years in a phased manner, they will give the subsidy. These are these are differ from case by case, case by case.
If any shortage of if there is any water shortage of water supply and no rains during the cultivation period, how FPO can provide the water to the farmer if there are no irrigation system in the region?
Here, water supply is a minor irrigation is there, major irrigation is there. Major irrigation means canal to the sub channels to the agriculture lands. The minor irrigation means bore wells or the motor pumps they will install. But here the whenever particularly the during that time the tanks are to be catch hold of the water rain also. In some places, the water, the rainwater, they will catch hold of the tanks and in turn they will distribute all these things in that particular village. What is happening? Where are the possibilities there? Or how to get the water or what type of water, whether water management techniques are to be used. I told about Sivakasi. What I told, syntax water tanks are there in the agriculture. Morning, one the water tanker, they will fill up all the syntax, the water tanks, all the agriculture lands. Then the farmers are using that drop by drop because of that scarcity. And they are using that particular method. That is also one type of water management techniques.
How to get empaneled for project report in smart? Please guide.
Madam, here the two ways are there. One is through state government. Second one is central government. So if they are scanning the agriculture ministry of central government in their website also, they will provide that information. Even if at all they are interacting with the state agriculture development and agriculture department also, that is also one possibility is there. Next.
Yes, sir. So, sir, as a consultant, how can we guide new FPC to begin their business from scratch and to make it big in the business world? Kindly tell us the steps to be taken from the beginning after registration.
Correct. For the new the CMS, there is no problem. It is not a rocket science. It is a simple science. Minister of Agriculture, Government of India, they brought out one book on the FPOs. Even National Bank for Agriculture Development also, they brought out one book. All these books are available PDF format in the respective websites. Go through that one, enhance their knowledge. This is not a technical jargons are not there. This is a simple and easy to understand.
Thank you, sir, so much for such a beautiful question answer session. And we will upload, sir, the presentation also to our BFSI portal. Thanks to our speaker, our guest of honor, both our sirs. And with this, we are concluding this question answer session. And I would request our additional director and secretary in HOD of the BFSI board of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India, CMA Dibyendu Roy, for the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Indrakshi. Good evening. And we thank both the faculties, the guest of honor, CMA Dr. Srihari Chava sir, who is also a member of ACMB for his presentation and also gracing the webinar as a guest of honor. And also CMA Dr. P. Sivarama Prasad, who is always helping us, who is the former AGM of State Bank of India, for his exhaustive presentation for today's webinar on the topic of finance to farmer producer organization by banks. We also thank our BFSI chairman, CMA Chittaranjan Chattopadhyay, and other members of the BFSI board for their continuous support. We also thank our president, CMA Ashwinji Dalwadi, and our vice president, CMA Bibi Nayak, for their continuous guidance and support. We also thank our BFSI team members, CEP department, IT department, for enabling today's webinar. With this, we close today's session. Thank you all.
Okay, shall I close, sir?